Hello ladies and gentlemen, fellow raindrops, welcome back to another episode of Raynday Gaming. My name is Raynday and today it is all about that Smite A to Z. And boy, oh boy, are we glad to be back in this one. I know people who watch my A to Z series are like, dude, this is the longest A to Z I have ever seen. Sometimes people, they stop all the content on their channel to do A to Zs. But I don't, I'm not, and it's just something that's coming to you, so get excited when you see it. And again, hopefully, just actually putting this video out today because I know I needed to do another A to Z. I would have done another video today as well because new champion coming out in Paladins, all that kind of stuff. But anyways, we got it. The Smite crew giving you guys some love. Arachne, someone we're looking at today. You guys saw some gameplay footage earlier in, I think, a video I did about matchmaking that showcased some Arachne gameplay. Here, showcasing some Arachne gameplay and talking about her abilities, talking about how to basically perform well, and I think just strategize around how you want to play this god specifically as the Tony god goes ahead and takes down one. I get body blocked by the minions. Super unfortunate there. And really just go about how to play Arachne in your games. Now, the other thing that I'm doing here is building very unorthodox. Now, a lot of people have commented on the matchmaking game and said, Bumba's mask on Arachne in Clash? What? And yes, I do like to play Clash. I like to play a very heavy jungle-oriented Clash. And in fact, I really like to play jungle even into kind of camping the enemy's jungle as well. For me, I was trying to see if the Bumba's mask would really help me to sustain, because a lot of what happens is I throw my kit out there and then I get to the lane without enough to really make something happen, without enough juice, without enough mana. And so I wanted to see if that sustain would make a difference. And so we'll be testing that out. Again, I think Smite's really a game that's about testing the limits of your god. When you play gods, you play Arachne, experiment with different builds, see what works for you. What's your style? I don't just sit in lane and not deal with the jungle camp. So I'm very active about getting both 2, maybe 3 jungle camps almost all games. So it's a very different play style. I wanted to see, hey, maybe this might help since I'm so active around it. But, obviously to each his own. Just wanted to throw that out there. And say that there's a lot of room for experimentation. That's kind of what makes Smite fun, right? That's what makes it like all the replayability. You can try different builds, try different things, see how it works. I don't know. That's like the fun part about it for me. It's not always about being the most efficient in every scenario, since this is usually a sustain item for Conquest, which you will see used much more often due to just the large amount of jungle camps that it has there and the longer time that you're actually out fighting rather than going back to base, which Clash offers you to. Want to maybe take a battle here with the Zeus, but he's going to run away really nicely. Hit the stun on him though, so I will put some pressure and he will put some pressure onto me, and there's his ultimate. I could die here. Izanami ult. Oh, I'm dead. I'll see you guys. Oh, okay. All right. Doesn't actually have the mana, it looks like, to deal with it. So, again, just shows how difficult it can be when you've got no mana in the game. I'm assuming that's what it is. I feel like it would have ran off cooldown by the time that happened, but maybe I just got super lucky and it didn't. Okay. Awesome stuff. All right, next we're moving into Ichaival. So, I guess just to talk about Arachne, let's lay the foundation, right? Arachne is an assassin. She is a very kind of auto-attack based assassin, which is why, again, experimenting with some of this builds here, we're going to go for some more physical power, more of like an ability-powered route than normal. I think most people would take for Arachne. A lot of times you see some stone-cutting swords, you see some chin size, executioners, all really good, valuable items for Arachne here. The bounces are just screwing us. There's the Thor dunk. Oh, no, and I just got hit with way too much at one time. Thor comes over and I end up getting taken down. So Zeus gets his revenge, actually gets the kill than he needed to on me. And that is all she wrote. Another Miss Kernanos ult as well is going to put us in trouble. But blue buffs are up, so hopefully I'll be able to just get my farm back up there. Solo camp those. So again, very auto-attack based, right? Her number 1 is Venomous Bite. What it is, it's a steroid for her basic attack. That steroid will allow her to do an initial burst of damage, about 150 plus 35% of her physical power, and then it'll do 6 ticks every half a second for 3 seconds, 50 damage plus 10% of your physical power, totaling 450 damage just base, and then 95% of your physical power, which is incredibly good for an ability, which gives some credence to building more of a Heartseeker Hydra's Lament route, which we're going to go today. And I think that that is an interesting thing to look at, considering that, really her 2 really synergizes much more with attack speed. But in the same way, her 2, her attack chain, all that stuff, it synergizes well without it, right? Because she has that inherent attack speed that you're able to benefit off of. So you can kind of run these builds and do okay, because you'll still, when you need it in your 1v1s, be able to get that attack speed off with that number 2. The cocoon being the ability I'm referring to, what it will do is actually increase your attack speed by 70% for 6 seconds, which is pretty much how long you should be in a fight as an assassin. What needs to happen though, if your next 3 basic attacks hit are successful during that 70% attack speed time, then you will actually go ahead and stun the target. You will wrap them in a cocoon. She will use her lovely weaving skills that got her into this predicament in the first place to actually wrap someone up, stun them for 1.4 seconds at max rank, and basically be able to just wail on them. So pretty much with the power that you're going to be getting with your number 1, your normal basic attacks, and then building, even a Hydra's Lament kind of Heartseeker route, you will still be able to do a lot of work if you get the 3 auto attacks off on your cocoon. But it's very important to do so, because sometimes, as you saw there, I was chasing the Izanami, I didn't get the cocoon off, and that really screwed me because I wasn't able to get her. Here's the cocoon though. There's the first damage, following up off the great shock ultimate. And why was I so fast, Raynday? How did I catch up to him so easily, so efficiently? Well, 2, I was looking for where I can rotate, looking for some of these kills. But the other thing is that I used my 3 to catch up to him. Now, her third ability, Web. Arachne shoots a line of web forward. Now, you cannot stop this. This web will just stop at a distance or when it runs into a wall. Going in on the Zeus as well, he just gets bursted down. And if you throw that web at a wall, it will stop there, and it will actually not activate until someone on the enemy team runs into it or touches it. But if you do throw it onto somebody, it will stop at them, and spiders will jump out of the web and start attacking them. She'll spawn broodlings. Those broodlings will do 60 damage per hit. Oh boy, this is a feast for me. I gotta get something here. Oh no, not able to do it. Up into the air, looking for the ult. Izanami, she's retreated already, and I'm just gonna back out of this. Play it safe. You know what I mean? We got a lot of pressure onto them. We get 1 kill onto the Raw, and I'm okay. I'm okay, right? I mean, we force them off the tower. I feel like I did a decent job there. So here you see the web take place. The broodlings pop, but see that attack speed that I'm doing onto the Kernanos, the movement speed that I got onto him? It is a result of when someone gets webbed, they leave a trail as they walk of additional webs on the ground. And when I walk on that webbing, I actually will gain increased movement speed up to 40% whenever I'm on that specific webbing that the Kernanos left. Now, you see there, I went on the Izanami, a little bit easier of a target. She didn't have the webbing, but I felt we could get a kill on her. So that was pretty much why that happened. These cost, about 70 mana to do, and, decent little bit of mana, about 10% of my mana right now to throw 1 web out. So I have to be a little smart with how I do that. But besides that fact, it is a decent ability to not only set up traps in the jungle, so if someone gets on it, you see them already getting attacked, you can get some good vision that way, but you can also just really use them to catch up to fleeing opponents and to initiate onto opponents that don't really suspect you to get into the fight that quickly. You can cover a lot of distance really fast and really throw people off. And again, we're going for these jungle camps. I'm soloing this. I'm pretty much going to get out of here with full health, full mana, essentially, which is a very good thing, not having to go to a fight with kind of like 75% health, 75% mana. For me, I'm finding some value out of these Bumbas, but again, a very unorthodox approach there. She has the Aegis, not able to really freely auto-attack her, and because the Zeus ultimate is used to simply zone there, no kills, we do end up leaving without any cookies. No kills, no cookies. Oh boy, the Zeus does get some damage onto me though. A little bit of danger here, but I do want to maybe bait the Zeus out as well, considering he did kill me. And I'm a little salty. I'm a little salty about that. No, I'm kidding. So anyways, yeah, the projectile, like I said, stops the first enemy hit, God or not. It will stop at a wall. It'll stop at a minion. Broodlings will always follow their target, even if they're basically out of the spider sight range. So just interesting information for how that works. And if a target is CC immune as well, they'll still actually, the target will still leave a web trail behind them even if they become CC immune. That's what I was basically saying. So, like, even if somebody, purifies or whatever, the web will still be there, which is very, very cool. It's also a slow for them, which I didn't mention, but it seemed like it was pretty obvious visually, but it is also a slow. Grab the Kernanos there off of the ultimate. That is Nightcrawler now looking for the Raw. Oh, I purify and Aegis this damage, but it looks like I will go down to somebody, and it will be the Izanami who finds the kill on me. But yeah, I didn't even mention that really, but I thought it was pretty obvious. But it's 25% slow for them as well. So you get the 40% movement speed. They're slow by 25%. It's just like totally, you are the prey, I am the hunter. That is just exactly that moment right there. And she does very, very well. It's her 6 seconds. It's a long time to be slowed, guys. 6 seconds. Absolutely nuts stuff. All right, going into the ultimate as well, Nightcrawler. This is your initiation. This is your get out of jail free card. This is your kind of, you know, obviously opportunity to surprise people. This is your ultimate. You go up into the air, you become CC immune at the very start. So if somebody's about to, like Thor's about to dunk on you and you kind of anticipate that, you could pop this at the very beginning, get that early CC immunity, and then jump up into the air, either escape or stay up in the air for a while. You have 5 seconds doing this where you can move freely, and you'll have 40% movement speed, so you can either gain some ground, create some distance, or just circle around and be like, all right, do I really want to get back in this fight? Let me see. 2, 3, 4. All right, yeah, let me get out and then move out, jump down in distance as well. You can activate it one more time to actually jump down if you want to jump down early. Very much like all the ultimates in the air. When you kind of activate them one more time, you'll be able to jump back down. I believe it's just a left click. But also what's interesting, and that I didn't even know and I don't use very often, is that Venomous Bite and Cocoon can be activated while you're channeling. So you could pop, I could pop my 2 right now and come down with the stem. And as you see, I didn't need to pop it while I did it. I just got the damage, then popped it down there, forced the Aegis out of the Ra. So we did our job. But unfortunately, you know, there's a lot of other times when I think that could be really valuable. And it's just, I don't know if that's common knowledge out there. It's just a very interesting thing. If you want to just go to the party completely prepared, a kill right there, and now going for the Izanami though. Look at the burst damage. That is the Heartseeker paying off. That is all that early attack speed there with the Ichaival as well. A nice little subsequent item for early game to support Arachne being an auto attack mage. That's where she's going to do her damage to really support her and just getting stronger and stronger with each basic that she does. And again, a cheap, very efficient item is Ichaival. Heartseeker, a good item for her as well. Let me just mention the numbers real quick before we go into the items. But Nightcrawler, 550 damage, 100% of your physical power, which is a lot. I mean, when you think about it, everybody, that is a very incredibly good scaling ultimate. And that does a decent base damage. So going for the Hydras, going for the, you know, more pen power type route can be devastating on an Arachne with this ultimate when it lands down onto somebody with a lot of these different scenarios. It could be extremely, extremely valuable. So just don't write it off. I know a lot of people run that Fatalis, they'll run the Stone Cutters, they'll run the, you know, the Chins, the Executioners, and those are great. Very auto attack, you know, focused, right? But you can get away with some Brawlers. You can get away, even if you wanted to run, I mean, Titan's Bane would be a little weird, but you can get away with it, right? You can get away with your Heartseekers, your Hydras. I think they blend the line of being valuable enough in themselves based on what Arachne can do. And look at this boxing. Gonna purify the Kernanos. Got him in the Cocoon. The Venomous Bite's already ticking away. He hits me with the 2, and now I'm up in the air looking to find the dash. But look at Thor's wall. It separated us perfectly. I get my Venomous Bite onto him, and that is the kill. Aegis there onto Thor's swing around, and we're gonna take him down to the Rosie as well. Double kill for me onto Kernanos and the Tony God, who really almost stifled my plans there. He almost stopped me from killing Kernanos with that wall that separated both of us. Couldn't get the ult off. And then he actually almost killed me with his 3. So that was really, really, really close. But we ended up working out. So let's talk about why some of those hits hurt. Why I think that really helped me. Let's talk about what that was in the item side. So Heartseeker. Heartseeker is an item that, you know, I don't show a lot of in my builds because I don't play a lot of assassins, and also when I do play them, oftentimes I go for more of a cooldown crit pin type build. And so what I'm actually doing here is going for a very cooldown pen power build instead of the crit. So there's no crit here on Arachne, which is something you could definitely do. There's not a lot of attack speed here. There's some, but there's not a lot, at least in my last 3 items. There's only really in the Ichaival, and I don't even have Ninja Tabi here. So kind of going for more of like a power Arachne build to try things out and see how this works. So far, it's worked pretty well, and we can see these ultimates are probably going to hit pretty hard. Actually, 530 damage onto the Kernanos. 1 hit, he's dead. That ultimate is benefiting so much from that additional pin from the Heartseeker, the Brawlers, and and basically just the damage coming out from my added bonus stems here. The cocoon not available. The venomous bite is. I could try and get a lifesteal, but I can't. Tony the God shuts me down, and I probably just bit off a little bit more than I could chew there. So, Heartseeker giving me 25 physical power, gives me 10 penetration, 10% movement speed. Movement speed really good for assassins. You want to position, be in the right spot, also get in and get out as fast as possible. But also the stacks. When you get 5 stacks, every basic attack you do, which synergizes well with basic attack assassins, right? Every 5 basic attacks that you do, you get 1 stack. At the next stack, your next ability deals bonus damage equal to 100% of your physical power. That means I'm getting 145 right now extra damage on that first basic attack. So if I have 5 stacks built up on my Heartseeker, I pop in with my number 1 to start the fight. That's doing basically, I don't know, over near 700 damage just by itself as a result of that. It's 450 at base, 95% of my physical power as damage and scaling. And plus, I just get with Heartseeker an extra 145. So we're already looking, you know, near the 600. We're looking at, yeah, seriously, near 700 damage to start that fight off, which is pretty dang good, if you ask me. Hydra's Lament as well going to help me. Going to be the cooldown reduction, going to be the physical power, and when I activate an ability, which my number 1 and my 2 are, those are abilities, right? Even though I'm using them on my basic attacks, they're still me activating ability. For my next 8 seconds after using an ability, my basics will get an additional 30% damage. So, I mean, just imagine that Venomous Bite. You've got Hydra's Lament, you activate, and you get the 30% extra damage on that. You get the 100% extra damage consumed with the 5 Hydra stacks. Look at the damage right there. One shot. Look at this Thor absolutely destroyed in a blink of an eye. That Thor with the ultimate and the Venomous Bite had no chance to be able to make that happen. Here is the Kernanos and the Raw. Oh, look at that one hit as well. That is what I'm talking about. I don't even know if I had the stacks already lifted up. I'm going to try and build them up here. I do now. My next basic attack after this ability will do a lot of damage to this Kernanos. I want to see if I can get to him, but he is zoning us out pretty well. There's the web. Not able to actually activate that ability, unfortunately, so it does not end up working out. The Venomous Bite would have definitely done the damage. And in fact, I'm really curious. I'm not sure if the cocoon activates the Heartseeker. I'm not sure. That would be very interesting. I have to pay attention to that. And if somebody knows that for sure, let me know in the comment section below. The number 2, because you're not technically doing damage to them. If you're not doing damage, will it still deal an additional 30% damage? I don't know. Maybe it only activates on the Venomous Bite. That is a good thing to know. It's very possible. I'm just wanting someone to clarify that for me. So a little bit of a task for you, Smiters, going forward. But either way, it's definitely with the Venomous Bite is going to make for one hell of a play here. Now, obviously, selling the Bumba's Mask Chin Size will be the selection currently, but we can go with the Fatalis as well. I think we will stay for that. Upgrade the relic. So Fatalis, another item for Arachne. That can be good. Again, this is very attack speed oriented. You can see this, you know, now that Fatalis has kind of jumped back into the meta here, you can see this as being probably more of a reliable and decent pickup because you get the attack speed, you get the penetration, but you get the passive, which is so strong. Having to basically get rid of the debuff for when you attack, so you could stay with those pesky targets like the Zeus that was getting away with from me early because I'd hit 1, 2 basic attacks and he'd be able to run away freely because he was slowed and my web was lost onto him. Just all those things that I think allow you to maybe miss a kill. Fatalis is a great cleanup tool as well. Executioner could have been decent to go for here, or Chin Size, but wanted to show off the Fatalis. I already have a lot of synergy with the movement speed already in this build, so I wanted to just see how that worked. And again, it's all good, guys. It doesn't have to be total maximization, but there it is. The Zeus almost goes down. There's that consumable. The relic just saving my life here. And we have the Titan ready to go down. The Izanami trying to fight me. Movement speed giving me a little bit of clarity, a little peace of mind here. Oh, get hit by the raw beam. Might have to go around the other side here. The Titan's falling down. All 4 members of my team are here. And they're looking for blood. Here's the Zeus. Want to see if I can attack him. The Raw goes down before I can do anything. And actually the bounce from Zeus gets a double kill. But we finished the game at that time. So 8-3 turned into 8-4 at the end. Arachne, Season 4, A to Z. You know, as you guys have obviously seen, Arachne, a very fun guy, could really do well in boxing situations, loves getting isolated, loves taking her target, wrapping them up in those cocoons, making them feel all nice and warm with those basic attacks. And again, this just, I think, build is to pique your interest, pique your thoughts. You could take what you want from it. Again, I played Arachne. She was my most played god, actually, in Smite. Until they changed her. She used to have basically like a large pull that would be your ultimate. You just pull someone from forever away right straight to you, and then you could wrap them up, stun them, do all this crazy stuff. She was my favorite god at that time, and then I stopped playing her a lot. So I've played her. I've done a lot of iterations. For me, sometimes it's all about mixing things up, seeing what I could do, kind of pushing boundaries and seeing what works here. This is what Smite's about. This is how you become a better player. You try things. You see that they work, they don't work. Sometimes you don't just go for what's standard, what's cookie cutter. I think your own experiences will tell you all you need to know if you're really paying attention about how to build your gods and how to really have success when you're on the battlefield. Guys, thanks so much for watching A to Z. Hopefully you enjoyed. New matches coming out soon, of course, for Smite, Paladins, and other types of cool videos like that. As always, my friends, have a great day. Like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to see more, and remember to never give up, never stop gaming, and I'll see you all next time.